Hey everybody, we had this customer give us a call. She had a carport that had a crack in the slab, as well as it appeared the roof had sunk on the front and back corners. You can see we decided originally to cut the concrete and jackhammer it out by hand. In doing that, we discovered that the concrete was poured, I don't know, 50 years ago or so, between 7 and 10 inches thick throughout most of the slab. So we ended up having to rent a skid steer with a hydraulic hammer on it, which actually worked out really well because you could see a moment ago we actually used it to help raise the roof on the carport and hold it in place while we got our temporary support blocks in. Once we got everything cleaned up, we figured out our new level. We had all of the roof leveled out the way we needed it. We went ahead and got our forms in place. You can see us doing that now. We ended up digging in both corners where there should have been footings. One corner, believe it or not, did have, I guess, what they would have considered a footing. It was basically just a bunch of bricks stacked in there and then concrete poured in it. But it wasn't really supporting anything. It wasn't in the proper position. It wasn't the proper size. It was just kind of there. Once we dug that out and prepped for the footings for the new posts, per the engineer's drawing, we went ahead and formed up for the step as well. And then we brought in our gravel and our rebar. Right now, we dug down a little bit extra to put in a thicker layer of gravel, also to make up for the fact that we originally had 7 to 10 inches of concrete we would have needed to bring it back up to where the level should have been. So we wanted to fill it with the gravel because the gravel, one, is cheaper, but two, it also creates a nice base, and you really don't need much more than about 4 or 5 inches at most for a carport slab. So here we are finishing up the final little bits of forms, as well as getting the rebar and the footings before the concrete trucks arrived. It arrived, and we poured not only this driveway, or I'm sorry, the carport, but we poured the neighbor's walkway and landing that you saw. There's in another video that you can see. Once we poured them, we let them sit. We got lunch. We took an extra long lunch. Just because it was really chilly out. We knew it wasn't going to set up very fast. And then we got work on finishing. Unfortunately, the video did not continue recording past 5 o'clock. I forgot that I had the timer set on it, so you guys didn't get to see all the fun finishing work, as well as you didn't get to see us put the nice clean broom finish on it. So once we got everything done, the next morning we pulled the blankets off of it, we pulled the forms off of it, and we went ahead and let it cure for about a week, just to make sure that the footing and the slab and everything was nice and hard before we started putting ladders on it and walking on it and putting the new posts in. Here you can see our posts, instead of being that steel wrought iron corner post, we actually have 6x6 posts. We mounted them to the concrete with a post base, and then we wrapped each of them in a PVC column wrap to create a nice finished surface, a nice finished look to it. You won't have to paint it, you won't have to do anything to it. You could wash it really with a pressure washer, preferably not because you can damage it, but you can wash it with a soap and a sponge basically. The next thing we did was the customer requested that we put in a new ceiling fan after we finished painting. So we painted the carport ceiling, we painted the wall of the carport, and we put in a ceiling fan. The ceiling fan is an indoor-outdoor fan. We made sure that she went ahead and got an indoor-outdoor fan so she didn't have to worry about it being damaged with humidity and weather changes over the course of time.